What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on these analysis. We're going to be looking at Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. So this thing's been absolutely ripping to the upside. Looks like chip stocks made a major recovery. All of them, honestly. When you look here, you can see from the bottom to the top, we ran up 92% or 93%. Absolutely insane. Back above its trend line, broke out of its consolidation period. While it had this bull flag being formed, it felt tough to be holding it. As you can see, this was a pretty significant drop of 42%, but it's nice to see it back above, holding well above this key level of support and holding that trend line. So it looks like Nvidia kind of did a longer drawn out move of this here. So I see this as a mini version of what we just had over here. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I think a bull flag is really just playing out. If I'm being honest, it kind of makes sense. If you were to take that here and you measure it out, you can see that it pretty much called this one here. And if we take this one out, and we measure this one out, boom, you land at around 300 bucks. So is that where we're going? Potentially. You let me know in the comment section. Make sure you guys like and subscribe on the video. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think we're actually going to make a move here? It does line up. The first bull flag played out. Let's see if this one actually ends up playing out. You guys let me know in the comment section. But I do see this as a mini move of this one here. So I could see that kind of repeating where we get a nice aggressive move to the upside of, consecutive weeks, 8-9 weeks of just absolute ripping to the upside after getting this breakout. So we're really on week 4 of the breakout. So it is looking pretty nice right now. Like I said, we broke above this key trend line. We got a retest, and now we're starting to build that momentum. So it's looking pretty nice. And when you take a look here on the daily, you can kind of see a cup and handle that kind of formed. You can kind of see that forming here, and now you got your handle, and that's a very, very bullish sign. So the trend could continue. We'll see, as long as the economic data continues to play out pretty well, which everything seems to be holding pretty well. This thing can absolutely continue ripping to the upside. When we look at the SMAs, we actually have the 20 pushing above the 50 on the weekly, which is incredibly bullish. These are very strong moving averages, key levels for bull trends. Last time we saw the 20 break above the 50 was way over here, and that was an aggressive move to the upside. You can see we pushed 20.57 all the way up to 636%. So we pushed all the way up to 153 bucks. It's insane. We're getting that flip here. You can see the move is starting to happen as we speak. Now remember, moving averages are lagging indicators, but once you get that flip, it could be go time. I think it's already in that phase right here because, like I said, it's a lagging indicator. So this curl that we're seeing is this move right here. But I do think it could continue, and we could see a nice aggressive move. I'm not saying we're going to gain 600%, but I could see some upside for sure. And maybe we have that bull flag play out. Here on the daily, we also have the 50 crossing the 200 on the daily, which is incredibly bullish. Last time we saw that was way over here, January 2023. We were sitting at 18 bucks, and we pushed up to $153, 700% move. Absolutely insane. I think we could get something similar, not percentage-wise, but I think we could get a upward swing on the price. On the weekly RSI, it looks like we got a inverse head and shoulders at the bottom, a nice little bottoming pattern. As you can see here, we got that shoulder on the left, shoulder on the right, and you have our head. Measured move takes you probably to this move here. And then honestly, it looks like you had probably a cup and handle as well, pushing to the upside. It is looking incredibly bullish as we are pushing to that 67 region right now. Hopefully we can make it to the overbought territory and we can see a nice green shaded area like this. so we can get some momentum to the upside with sustainable strength behind price. Here on the daily, we are already in overbought territory. We're actually creating a bull flag, and it looks like we might be breaking out. Looks like we could be getting a bounce off this yellow moving average that could support the strength behind price to continue flowing to the upside. So last time we saw overbought territory was really in May over here, and then back then here in May 2024. So May of 25 and pretty much a year later. So let's see if the momentum can continue on. We did make it all the way up to 85, and we're currently sitting at 72. So there is some room to run. It's just a matter of how high we go. On the weekly MACD, we had our little bearish move where we pushed back underneath, but we got the blue flip above the orange, and it's holding pretty well. And the momentum's trending upward. It's a nice solid trend. You can see that being established. Hopefully you can start to see it ramp up exponentially to the upside, and price can continue following that. Here on the daily, we had a bull flag being formed. Let's see if it actually starts to break out. We haven't had the aggressive upward swing yet, but it looks like it's starting to play out a little bit. So we'll more than likely see this blue start to separate from the orange if this momentum can continue. And when we look at the fibs here, you can see that we got to bounce off the 0.5 to the 618. This is a key level to support price to the upside. As we all know, we like to pull fibs on this channel. So you pull it from this bottom here to the top of the move, and the only thing that matters is to the right of this move right here. So you're going to be looking at everything in this area, and you can see we pushed down to the 0.5 and 618. Call that the golden zone. It's a key level of a reversal. So you can see we touched that, and we absolutely ripped off of that level. And on a larger scale, you can see that we didn't even make it to the 0.5. We almost did, but we didn't even make it all the way there. We really got to bounce off the 382, and we absolutely catapulted to the upside. And remember, as you move up the sequence, it's more bullish. When it's a bullish pair, or a bullish pool, I'm sorry, it's more bullish as the sequence increases. So 0.5, 382, 236. The smaller the retracement, the stronger the move, because that goes to show that there's a lot of bulls and momentum pushing the price up. So it doesn't even have the chance to really retrace because of how strong the move is. On the weekly EMA, the 8-week EMA, you can see we did slightly touch it here on the week of June 23rd, and we've kind of just been catapulting off of that move. Let's see if we actually come back for a retracement. Maybe we actually retrace to this trend line to actually meet both of them in confluence together. So you have this upward sloping trend line in confluence with this 8 EMA, and then we get that momentum to the upside. Just a thought, doesn't mean it has to happen. Remember, when things get overbought, they can stay overbought for an extended period of time. So they do not have to come back just because they've been going up for a while. That is not a reason for something to come down because it's been going up for a year, for 2 months. It doesn't matter. That thing, if it's been going up for a year, it can go up for 2 years. If it's been going up for 2 months, it can go up for 6 months. So always remember that. And here on the daily EMAs, we actually have been getting bounces off of them. Kind of just been riding up the 8 EMA pretty nicely. So let's see if we can continue the trend. We were playing back and forth, ping pong with it, up and down, but now it looks like we're starting to ride it as a key level of support to continue that bull trend to the upside. That's pretty much all I have for you guys here. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. I always appreciate all your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.